Hello, Libra. Hope you're well. Welcome to your Halloween reading. I know. I've been busy. I have a lot going on in my shop. I'm going to do some quick announcements. I will timestamp in the comments so you can skip ahead to the reading if you don't want to hear it. But I recommend you hear it. Okay, first of all, what I have been doing since I've been gone, it's been like a month. I have like 30 new stuff, 30 new products in my shop. I'm also completely caught up on personal readings as well. So if you want a personal reading with me, now's the time to book, because I will be able to get to you like this week, next week. And I'm super excited about that. So, cause I hate having people want to book with me and it's like, well, you have to wait a month. So you don't have to wait right now. You can get right in. So now would be the time if you're able, if you want to. Also, I have some really cool stuff on my shop that I want to talk about real quick. I haven't seen anybody do this before, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but if not, you saw it here first. I started creating spell keychains. I haven't seen this done. So a lot of people ask me about like how to protect themselves when they're out and about, and crystals are great, as well as mojo bags. But mojo bags, I mean, they're not very stylish. They're hard to remember. I forget mine all the time. And like, you know, your herbs can spill out in your bag. It's not really, you know, the most travel friendly thing is to walk around with a bag of herbs around your neck or in your pocket. So I have created keychains. I'm coming out with an entire line of these. I am making basically portable spell bottles here. So right now on my shop, I have 3 different types. One of them is just based on crystals and crystal healing, but this one is actual, like one of my spell ones. This is Stop Gossip. So I have the black with the blue accent. I have a white one. And then I have an all black. I'm coming out with more colors. But these contain ingredients that stop gossip, that deflect envy, that return it to sender. So if you have a problem with somebody kind of harassing you, smear campaign, they won't leave you alone. These can, you know, go on your bag, go on your keys, and then you're protected throughout the day. It, you know, keeping it on you protects your aura. I'm also doing kid protection as well. A lot of people have talked to me about, you know, experiencing the effects of black magic, experiencing spiritual warfare. And when you have children, your children are very vulnerable to that. And, you know, a lot of people are out here, if you're wicked enough to try to curse somebody, you know, that can affect your children. But, you know, there are some people out here that are so wicked that they will try to hurt your children as well. So I have created these. There are plenty of herbs that protect children, but it's hard to get your kid to keep up with a, you know, mojo bag. They're not fun. They're not cool. They're hard to keep up with. So I've made little like keychains where you can just stick this on, you know, if they're old enough to have keys, if they have a backpack. Right now I have, and these are, I try to make them gender neutral. So you can pick your color that you want, because I know plenty of little boys that like, you know, would like a crown or a swan. And I know little girls that like rocket ships. So these are just the like what I have right now. I have more coming out. But they all are spell bottles for protection of your children. So like this one, I try to make them fun for them. So they might even like them and want them. Very excited about those. And those are at a like very affordable price point. Also, I have a whole like house blessing, business blessing line out now. I also have kits. I'm very excited about this. I have 5 new oils. I have a lot of stuff on my shop, guys. So if you like my energy, if you want to connect to it more, if you're looking for good anointing oils, you know, you can reach out to me about recommendations. You can go take a look for yourself and see, you know, what resonates with you. I'm so excited about this. So many people ask me about this. Cutting soul ties. On my website, I have a very basic, generic, this is how you do it. I've put together a kit of everything you need. This comes with 2 bath bombs. They're shaped like scissors. They're super cute. They're not in this right now because I am letting some cure. You have to let them sit for like 24 hours. So I have some that are curing right now because I've been testing this stuff. I've been working on bath salts for 2 years now. This is the kit. for cutting soul ties. So you get all of this stuff. I tell you what's in this, and you also get a card that is a detailed step-by-step how to use everything in this kit. This is everything that you need for the ritual, as well as aftercare, what to do after, because some of this stuff is to prevent further cording. So you have the bath salt. These are good for 2 uses, and what I love about this is the powder in them. It turns turquoise when it hits the water, and it has sparkles in it. I love it so much. You get 4 of the magic tea lights. These are magic gel tea lights. I love them a lot for cutting soul ties. They're fixed. You get 1 ounce of the Total Transformation wax melts. They're melts. They smell like cinnamon chai. I like them a lot. These pull your energy back to you. You get a full size of my anointing oil. This is one of my best sellers and has been for a long time. It was one of my first oils that I did. You get a full size of the sprinkling powder, Leave Me Alone. You get a big crystal here, a black onyx crystal. And you also get a keychain. This is a black obsidian keychain. It's a knife to cut. You know, you keep that on you, and then you get 2 bath bombs. So that is on my shop now for $55. That is a steal because this stuff is going to come out for purchase individually. But if you don't have any of my oils or my powders, my sprinkling powders, I think that's a great deal, and I'm really excited about that. So again, you get an entire, with that kit, you get an entire ritual. So from start to finish, this is how you do the ritual, and this is how you do maintenance, because some of that stuff, the wax melts, the keychain, the crystal, those are for like maintenance, because a lot of us will cut the tie and then that person just records. So I have this is how you get rid of it initially. This is how you keep it off of you and protect yourself going forward. I also have a business blessing and a house blessing kit. I'm coming out with more kits. I'm coming out with an entire bath salts and bath bomb line as well. So those are all fixed. I'm very excited. I'm very, very excited about it. So that is on my website if you're interested. Also, if you would like a personal reading with me, now is the time to book. Okay, if you want to hit me, that's at the bottom of my description as well, Venmo and PayPal. Okay, we're gonna get started now. This is how I make my money. This is my full-time job. So people that get mad that I do, I just block people from now on, because why are you, consuming my energy and berating me for wanting to live? That's obviously, you're a karmic and you don't need to be on this channel. I read and I have my shop. That is how I make a living. So if you don't believe that, if you genuinely believe that I should provide free readings for you without ads, without discussing my products, if I should take hours out of my week to do readings for free, you're kind of a shitty person, and you really shouldn't be on my channel complaining about people that have ads, complaining about me discussing my products, or, that if somebody wants to tip me, they can. I deserve to eat and to live as well as you. So, please don't be a douchebag, and if you are, go ahead and comment so I can block you and get you off of my channel. Okay, Libras, let's get started. People do that, and it's so like, are your fingers broken to where you can't move forward? Annoying. Okay, this card has wanted to come out twice for you, so I'm just going to take it. Change is coming out with the Death card, Vampire, Love, and then Skeleton at the bottom of the deck. This is Strength card. Somebody is overcoming a situation where another person has been trying to manipulate you with dark energy. You do have an energy vampire that you have dealt with, that you've been around, Libra, cross watcher. This person has been using magic against you to cause fear, but it's been happening so that you can find your inner strength here. I channel a lot on my Twitter. Now you get more of my like candid personality on Twitter, and also I get harassed and stalked by a lot of narcissists. So My Twitter is only for the strong that aren't going to take things personally, what I say. A lot of times I'm joking, and sometimes, you know, I am intentionally triggering a person because they need to fuck off. I channel a lot on my Twitter, and I have been discussing this. I'm pretty sure I posted something about it just today. A lot of people that experience extensive spiritual warfare, it happens so that you can find your inner strength and recognize that you have these abilities. Somebody has been attacked, spiritual warfare, by a vampire. This person is trying to basically block you from your divine partner. You have a soulmate, you have a twin flame. There is a karmic energy vampire that is going all out spiritual warfare on you to cause fear around you reclaiming who you are. This person has been getting off on draining your energy, on, you know, a lot of these, especially if they're narcissists, they don't have a real personality of their own. They don't have a sense of self. They need constant validation. They need constant attention. They don't care how they get it. So what they do is they find people that they admire. They find people that get attention on their own in some way, and they mimic them. And if they can, they will try to take on your personality, basically, to either, you know, they want to feed off of you. Either you know, we're so much alike, we're soulmates, we're, you know, we need to have this close connection with each other. If they can't get you on their side, they'll love to be your enemy as well. They don't care as long as they can feed off of you. So this also involves, you know, somebody might have a karmic energy vampire that is trying to pull your person away from you. And while they're trying to do magic to harm you, they're doing breakup spells on your person, trying to sleep with your person, actively sleeping with your person, they're also trying to look like you, talk like you, take on your personality. This is done to create fear within you, they want to cord themselves to you. So again, if I can't create a soul tie because, you know, you want to be with me, you want to be my friend, you admire me in some way, I don't care to create it through intentionally trying to interfere with your life, especially if I can gaslight you, which is, black magic is a favorite of a lot of these people because it is very, very easy to go all out spiritual warfare on you. And when you speak out about it, I would never do magic. I go to church every Sunday. I have a Bible verse on my Instagram. Magic? I would never do magic. It's very easy for them to do that. And you come off as the crazy person when you speak out about it. This person is trying to cause fear in your life so that you don't take your power back because they're feeding off of you in one way or the other. Either this is like an ex-partner of yours that is blocking a genuine relationship. This is a scorned ex-person. Basically, there's a major change going on in your life where you are experiencing a death and rebirth. You have been through a major transformation and you're coming back into your power. This person doesn't want you to recognize that you have the spiritual power. They wouldn't feed off of you otherwise. A vampire is not going to go all out trying to latch on, cord themselves to somebody if there isn't something special about you. And I talked about this on my Twitter this morning. 9 times out of 10, if you are experiencing relentless black magic, a lot of times it's because you are meant to have a path as a shadow worker, as a conjure worker, as a shaman. There's something within you that is meant to be triggered, that is meant to be remembered. A lot of people have it's called the witch wound, where in past lives you were a medicine man, a medicine woman, a shaman, you know, the witch of the tribe, of, you know, the community. Back before, you know, the Christians decided to take over the globe, most people that did spell work were very much respected within the community. You were the healer. People would come to you with their problems and you would help them with magic. When the Christians decided to colonize the globe, you know, your ancient texts were burned. People were burned at the stake. People were enslaved. People were attacked. It's basically, they were trying to pirate off of your light in one way or the other. And this can be I mean, 9 times out of 10, it was done so that they could take your land, they could take your resources, but that's because your land, your resources, you know, your people have light about them, have God within them, have spirit within them. And the colonizers lack that because they're disconnected from their divinity. So anybody that has divinity within them is a target, is attacked. And, you know, they go about it in a way that, I mean, like, this is going to be a little bit political, but like, let's take the Kardashians for an example. The Kardashians, they have made their living off of trying to look like Black women, you know, taking what, you know, the hairstyles, the bodies, the style, the music, even the partners of, you know, Black women in a way that, you know, when Black women, I'm sorry if this is offensive, but, you know, this is something that, this is an example of a colonizer taking the light within the Black community, stealing it, and then, you know, building an empire on it, building an empire on bodies that don't belong to them and that mimic the bodies that, you know, women that are melanated are often demonized for, that are often, you know, told you're too grown, told you're not professional because you have a curvy body, and how dare you wear something to work that shows off those curves? How dare you wear a natural hairstyle to work? You're not professional. But then you see these white women with wigs, with, you know, plastic surgery, with stealing your music, stealing your art, stealing everything about you, basically trying to become you, even, you know, changing the color of their skin to look like you, but still maintaining their whiteness so that they can profit off of it. That's an example of energy vampirism. That's an example of, you know, light doesn't always have to come from, you get what I'm saying, that colonizers are looking to take your light. And your light can be your style. It can be the way that people like you. It can be, you know, your flow, that you have something special about you that people notice. And rather than acknowledging that you're a very beautiful person and that you have a lot of light within you and you have a lot of things about you that I admire, it's, I'm going to downplay you. I am going to point out the things about you that are not acceptable to get you to water yourself down. You know, you have to have straight hair. You have to have straight hair to look professional, to be attractive. You need to look more like me to be, you know, attractive, to be acceptable. Meanwhile, I'm going to take on all of the light about you and profit from it. This is that sort of energy. You can tell a vampire because they don't have a set style. They don't have a set personality, set interests, set hobbies that are them. They find people that get attention, that get money, that get, you can tell a vampire, let's say you start to do well for yourself in some sort of way. I have seen this happen, that, you know, I started my business, and when I first started my business, I was crazy. It wasn't going to go anywhere. I shouldn't be wasting my time. Nobody was going to like my stuff. When I start to profit about it, here comes everybody making their candles, doing their bath products. Here comes the narcissist buying a YouTube channel. Bought a YouTube channel with a following already to try to do YouTube. What inspired that? You know, it was because they wanted to take something from me. And I'm not comparing myself to the struggle of, you know, what Black people have endured whatsoever. I'm saying that that is a very, very obvious somebody vampiring off of the light of another person because they have a lot of light. That wouldn't happen. They wouldn't be stealing the style. They wouldn't be stealing the appearance, the, you know, way of speech. They wouldn't be taking all of that from you if you didn't have light on your own. They wouldn't. It's because there's a lot of light there that they want to take from you and profit from it, while they downplay your natural gifts, while they downplay what is naturally you. That's not acceptable. You need to water yourself down. You need to become more generic, while I steal what makes you an individual. That is narcissistic behavior. That is narcissistic abuse. And it is very much intertwined with, you know, the colonizer mindset. Very, very much so. Again, I'm not comparing myself, and I hope that that's not what you're getting out of this. I am trying to give you a real life. This is what that looks like. A very obvious example. That's not fair. And, you know, and it goes accepted, and it's because of that narcissistic, I have a following, I have people behind me, I have the money and resources that I can buy from your small business. I can take the exact model, the exact design, and I can put it on my body, which they're known for, that entire family is known for, especially stealing from small Black designers. How many times have you heard this happening? How many times of a small designer working their ass off on something, getting very excited because, you know, a celebrity wanted to buy something from me and a celebrity is going to wear my outfit. They design a design and put their name on it that is exactly the same, but typically less quality. That's a narcissistic trait here. This is this type of behavior. When you start to recognize it and how it's normalized in society, it's normalized in our society, it's normalized within our family. You know, that it should be a compliment that somebody is wanting to copy you like that. It's different between somebody being inspired by something that you did, taking an element and then making it their own. You know, especially when they are taking what their natural gifts are and maybe, you know, taking an inspirational nod towards you. And typically when somebody does that, they will acknowledge it if it's really from a place of respect. You know, this is the younger women. I'm speaking about rap probably because I have Megan here, but you know, I love female rap artists. I love them. And you know, most female rap artists will acknowledge that Nicki Minaj really started, really paved the way for, you know, this explosion of female rappers coming out. Most of them will acknowledge that Nicki Minaj paved the way. That's an example of, I'm inspired by her, but I have my own flow. I have my own personality that I'm bringing to the table. That's very different from, I am going to tell you everything about you is wrong and you need to stop that. Stop dressing like that. Stop behaving that way. That hobby that you like is weird. That music that you like is weird. Meanwhile, I am morphing into you. This is this behavior, Libra. Again, I get as a white woman, me talking about these things, some people are like, who does she think she is? But this is a real life. You see this happening all the time. You see this happening all the damn time. And it's like the people that are, you know, white, that have the most money, that have the biggest social media following, they're in the right no matter what. And the person that's small, yeah, you can cause a fuss about it. Yeah, we might, you know, people that care might try to share it, might try to speak out on it. But overall, it goes ignored. And that's because the society was built on this behavior. You know, Columbus coming and seeing the divinity within the land, within the people, and thinking, I'm going to steal that for myself. And then I'm going to give myself a holiday, you know. St. Patrick destroying every single book he could get his hands on about, you know, the Celts altogether, completely erasing their culture, their magic, you know, their, I don't want to say religion, but their spiritual beliefs, paganism, completely burning it to the ground. And then not only doing that, having you celebrate him once a year in the name of Irish culture. This is what these people do. This is that sort of behavior, obviously on a much more interpersonal, you know, situation than like the wide culture. But this is not only something that is a pattern, this is something that is widely accepted. So when a person does this to you in your own life and you speak out about it, you're crazy. You're crazy. It's just a coincidence that that person cut their hair like you, dyed their hair like you, dressing like you, talking like you, suddenly has all the interests that you do. You've worked for years on this business, but they come out with the exact same thing that you're doing. You know, This is not a coincidence, and you're not crazy, and don't allow people to gaslight you about this. There is somebody here that wants you to be asleep to your own magic, and they are trying to cause fear within you with whatever, you know, they're trying to make you feel like, you know, they have some sort of power over you. They have some sort of control over you, that if you were to speak out, you know, this is an energy where when you speak out about a narcissist, they're going to run the smear campaign. So if you cut a narcissist off and you stop allowing them to feed off of you, they're going to go around and tell everybody, you know. Again, using the Kardashians as an example, the culture of white people stealing from black people, you know, then it's, you know, I'm a snow bunny, so I'm superior to you in some way. You know, you're ratchet, you're ghetto, you're, you know, these words that are used to make your culture and who you are less than, while I appropriate everything from you, you know? It's that sort of energy here. I am completely aware that I am very privileged to have my skin tone and that I benefit from this. But I also grew up in an area, you know, I'm Appalachian American, and that is a unrecognized ethnic group, where I grew up in an area that coal mines came in, and the coal mining, you know, it exploded in like the 50s and 60s, where everybody was a coal miner, and it brought, you know, it brought money to this area for a short period of time. And then when coal mining was no longer beneficial, when it was no longer making the money that it did, we were abandoned. So I live, you know, the Appalachians are historically poor, uneducated hillbillies. You know, it's very difficult for my community to let go of coal mining. So you have coal miners that, you know, are out of work. That's all that they know, you know, that's what's been running in their family. So, you know, and a lot of them end up with cancer. A lot of them end up with lung issues. And there's not real support for that. There is not real, you know, outreach in this area. It's just kind of, we were used for what we had, and then when it was no longer profitable, we were abandoned. So a lot of people in this area can relate with other groups that have been through something similar historically. But it's also a problem that, you know, with racism, a lot of people are kind of raised within, you know, poor white culture, that they go through the same thing of, you're stupid, you're dumb. I mean, when I went to college, I had to learn how to hide my accent, and I eventually got to where I don't, it depends on who's listening to me and who I'm talking to. I don't have much of an accent anymore because I was humiliated every time I spoke. I got to where I didn't want to talk in class. I didn't want to talk in groups of people because every time I did, it was like laughing and making me repeat things. I mean, I mispronounce things a lot. I have a lot of trouble with mispronunciation because I went to a dropout factory. At the time that I graduated high school, it was like there was a 70% dropout rate at my school. People in this area have a lot in common with other ethnic groups that have experienced something similar, of your community having something special that, you know, the powers that be could profit off of in some way, and being used for that, while also being, you know, you can be a coal miner. You can go and, you know, have to retire in your mid-30s because you have cancer and you have black lung and your body is broken down. And that's, you know, that's all really you're going to be. Most men that I grow up with, you know, your options are coal miner or military. That's it, you know, and we got to come out of this, but you get what I'm saying. Unfortunately, with a lot of poor white people, they experience the same thing, that, you know, you're stupid, you're dumb, you're never going to achieve anything in life. And they, rather than seeing that there is a discrepancy between them and wealthy white people, they tend to attack other minorities, other ethnic groups, in a way to, you know, feel like they're superior to somebody and blame somebody. And a lot of that has to do with the brainwashing that goes on with TV. We could talk about this forever, guys. I don't mean to get political, but I hope you get what I'm saying. This is the same type of energy. Take these, you know, greater, I'm trying to think of the word, injustices you see in the world. This is that sort of behavior. This person is basically trying to colonize whatever gifts you have, whatever magic that you have here. And they're doing it either by, you know, an ex that's intentionally blocking you from going towards a relationship that is destined for you. They're trying to feed off of you in that way. And if they're not able to feed off of you in that way, this is somebody that, you know, is trying to basically take your partner. I talked about this a lot on my Twitter as well, is this energy of, when you have a lot of light to you and you get involved with somebody that is unhealed and that is susceptible to this sort of matrix behavior, they are, when you have a lot of light, your partner, your romantic partner is going to be tested. Absolutely. Because a lot of vampires, they don't have the ability to create light on their own. They don't know who they are. They're not interested in healing. They're not interested in finding their own gifts. They are interested in getting rich. They are interested in getting all the attention. They are interested in having people admire them. So they literally, whatever they see is, other people like this. This is cool. This will get me attention. This will make me rich. That's all they care about. That's what they follow. That's what they do. And if they can find another person that doesn't know how special they are, that doesn't know the light that they have, or that has historically been put in a situation where they've been told that you're not good enough, you need to change this, you need to change that, you need to mold to be what other people want. Perfect. It's perfect, because now this person can feed off of you and steal your light from you, and you don't even know what's going on. And this person instills fear in you some way. So again, this might be a situation where this person has money and you don't. So they threaten you in some way. This person has like a large following and you don't. They're trying to threaten you in some way that if you speak out on what the truth is, if you try to acknowledge what I'm doing to you, I am going to hurt you in some way. I am going to, you know, I'm close with somebody at the police station. I'm going to plant something on you, get you arrested. I have money and I'm going to sue you in some way. I have, you know, this and I have that. I have this big following of people. I'm going to ruin your image. This is somebody that is going to threaten you to speak out on abuse so that they can control you and feed off of you and take what is special about you and take the light about you and steal it from you. This person wants to stop you from undergoing a transformation and from getting into a divine relationship. So this person benefits in some way from keeping you single, from keeping you away, if not single, away from the person you're meant to be with. So it's a situation where if you have a lot of light, you get involved with somebody that's unhealed or somebody that is, you know, attention seeking, somebody that has wounds that make them susceptible to the influences of others. There is a very, very good reason why a lot of, I'm going to say women, but take it how it resonates, a lot of women out here that are very low vibrational, low value, don't have much going on for them, are highly attracted to married men, to men that are in relationships. You see it all the time. You know, I talk about Beyonce a lot, but I love Beyonce. And Beyonce is such a divine person that is so gifted, so talented. Do you think, you know, Becky would have got as much out of having an affair with Jay-Z if it wasn't for Beyonce? A lot of these women want to take somebody that is in a relationship, want to take somebody that's in a marriage. They want to break it up because they are seeking validation from tearing another woman down. Take it how it applies. I'm sure there's plenty of men, but this is, you know, this is a pattern that we see. I'm speaking on patterns so that we can, you know, take something that we know happens and that is an injustice and apply it. Apply it to this situation. This person is, yeah, They want the Libra rejected here. They want you to feel rejected because, again, it's about keeping you from recognizing your own light, your own inner power. If I can't get you to admire me, if I can't get you to bend to my will, I'm going to take your man. I'm going to take your man. I'm going to fuck your man. I'm going to post him all over the place. I'm going to get him with spell work. I'm going to get, never mind, never mind what I had to do. Never mind that I went to 5 different practitioners and I've planted spell work on his property and I've drugged him and I've put my period blood in his food. Never mind that, because I can, what? Why would I do something like that? I wouldn't do something like that. I can gaslight the hell my way out of that. I don't care about that. I care about attention. I care about easy ways to get fame, easy ways to get money, easy ways. I don't give a shit about working on myself. I don't give a shit about what's really meant for me, what I can do. I don't care. All I care about is feeding off of other people. What can I do to feed off of other people, especially if it means taking from another individual to where I don't have to do any work and I can feed off of that person. Easiest way is I'm going to take your man. I'm going to do love spells. I'm going to, convince him I'm going to get in his ear about all the awful things that you are, all the awful things that you would be, what magical, amazing destiny he would have with me. I'm going to bind him, steal him from you. That way I get to look better than you because I have your man. I don't have to do anything. I don't have to do a single fucking thing. I don't have to be better than you in your career. I don't have to be a nicer person. I don't even have to be more attractive than you. I just have to take something that's yours and better because I have the prize. A lot of women are like this. A lot of women are like this, and it's because they are toxic masculine. They get their power from suppressing the feminine. It's a win at all costs energy. They want you rejected. So again, this is Libra cross-watcher. This is an ex of yours that is narcissistic, and if you were to get into a healthy, positive relationship, no, that's not going to happen. You have to be single and available to me. You have to be single so that I look superior to you. This is either an ex that is stopping you, intentionally stopping you with spell work from getting into a relationship so that they can feed off of you, or, this is your person's ex. This is your person's karmic that is intentionally keeping them bound so that they can feed off of your person and off of you. Because when you go and look at, the high priestess, they know that this is your person. They know you're destined to be with this person. They get off on it. Because the type of person that you are, that you've done your healing work, that you're on your purpose, that you are admired and respected in some way, that you have natural beauty, because you are a divine feminine or a divine masculine, take it how it resonates, because you have this inner glow, I am going to take something that is meant for you and rub it in your face and plaster it everywhere I can. That way, I get to feed off of you. Because now I make you feel bad. I didn't have to do a lick of work on myself. Nope. I just had to bind this person to me. I just had to convince them to have sex with me. I just had to get them drunk, force myself on them. I just had to trigger whatever wounds they had. I just had to get in their head. I watched this movie I had never watched this, and I felt like I should watch this because I feel like it's just a movie everybody's seen. Jennifer's Body. What did Jennifer do to Chip? What did Jennifer do to Chip? Was Jennifer a nice person? No. She wanted to take Chip from Needy. Called her Needy, which was obvious. She wanted to take Chip from her best friend. She didn't like that was the one thing that her friend had on her. Jennifer had the looks, Jennifer had the attention, but Jennifer did not have the man that loved her. So that was the one thing that Needy had on her, and she wanted to take it from her. So what did she do? She went up to Chip when Chip was vulnerable, when he was fighting with Needy, and she told him that Needy was cheating on you. You know, you're not very good in bed. I've wanted you this whole time. And because Chip is, you know, what, 17 years old boy and is going through a breakup, he fell for it. And what happens to him? I hope I'm not ruining this movie for you, but it's been out for 12 years. So hopefully you have, you know, you're either not interested or you know what I'm talking about. It's that sort of energy here. She wanted to take something from another woman. A lot of vampires are like that. Because then I don't have to do the work on myself to find somebody that loves me. Because that's what the problem is that you have somebody that genuinely loves you for who you are. I don't want to do the work on myself to find who I am, to express who I am, to heal enough to attract a divine partner. I don't want any of that. I want all the glory and none of the effort. So I'm going to find out with the High Priestess that came out. Yeah, for some of you, this is an ex that knew you had a new love coming in, that knew that you had a soulmate, knew that you had a divine partner, and they intentionally blocked it. They blocked it because they didn't want to see you happy. And they also knew that, yeah, this person has a trickster energy. They have a devil energy to them. Could be somebody with Gemini in their chart. Yeah. The divine feminine is more stable too. So she's either does better financially. She, you know, might be like a mother. This might be somebody that you were married to, but she might be a mother that she's like a really great mother, or she does really well financially. She's business oriented and she does really well. That's why, because this person is lost. They don't have purpose. They're not on their shit. They have nothing going on for them. So rather than fixing that within themselves, they found somebody that already had that going on, that had what they wanted, and they found a way to take that light from them. And that easiest way, I'm going to steal your man. For some of you, this is an ex that didn't want anything to do with you until you got involved with a divine feminine. Now all of a sudden she's in love with you, can't get enough of you, needs to be with you. It's because this new person you attracted into your life was a real love, first of all, and second of all, is better than her in some way. And I don't, or him in some way, and I don't mean that like, you know, they're better, but I mean, this person is healed. This person is working on healing at the very least. They have purpose. They have drive. They're a respected person. No, that is not going to go down if this narcissist has anything to do with it. Yeah. Got off on having you juggle both of them. Or, you know, this is your person's energy. Take it how it applies. This narcissist got off on getting you to betray your divine feminine and go back and forth. And I don't know who to choose, as if she was ever on the divine feminine's level. Ever. Yeah, there's a tower coming in because this person wants to hold you back. They don't give a shit about you. They don't want to be with you. They want to hold you back. They want to keep you waiting. That this is a future faking. If you choose me, things are going to go so much better. We're going to be better this time. I'm going to help you do this. I'm going to help you do that. We're going to have the perfect family. We're going to have the perfect relationship. This person is fucking with you because they don't want you to do better for yourself. They don't want to close that cycle of them being able to come in and use you whenever they wanted to. There's an ending here. There's a transformation. Yeah. This person comes in and out of your life. They use spell work. They use sex. Come in and out of your life. They put shit in your drinks to, oh, I want to work things out with you. I've thought about it. Let's work things out. Then they ghost you again. Then they leave you out in the cold. Yeah, it's an abuse cycle. It is. This is either, for some of you, this might be the narcissist that's going against you, that's trying to block your relationship. For some of you, this is a masculine. For some of you, this is a masculine that has a mental health issue. So more than likely has a dark triad. They have a dark personality. Narcissistic personality disorder, is a sociopath, is a psychopath. They have a very dark personality here. They have a lot of mental health issues and they don't want you to move forward. For some of you, they might even be trying to come back into your life. And by rejecting this person, you're going to finally close this cycle. They're a vampire. Something narcissists do. They reject you, they discard you, and they make it seem like, well, they've moved on and they have a new relationship now and they're better off and they're happy. And them and this new person, they're doing all the things that they promised you that you two are going to do together. So if they told you that, you know, oh, we're going to go on this trip together, they're going on the trip with this new person. They told you that, you know, I'm going to marry you one day, they're marrying this new person. They will intentionally take this new person and try to make it seem like the perfect life that they were promising you before, only if you did this and that and this and that and this and that, and there was a changing of the goalposts. They're giving it to the new person now. It makes it seem they don't care about the reality. They care about the image, that they are better, that they are successful, that they get attention, that they're wealthy. They don't give a shit that they are, you know, $100,000 in debt. They don't give a shit that they are running to the conjure worker every 5 minutes, that they are putting shit in people's food and drinks, that, you know, they are getting somebody drunk and forcing themselves on them. They don't give a shit about the reality. They give a shit about the image. So they put up an image that they're done with you and they're better off. In reality, a narcissist will stalk you. They do not stop stalking you. They will stalk you. And as soon as you're doing better, as soon as they think that, you know, you are starting to recover from what they did, as soon as, you know, they abandon you when they have drained you of all of your light, as soon as you start to remember who you are and get that power back, here they come. You need to see the truth here. They need to see the truth that this person creates chaotic energy and that they're nothing but a trickster here. Somebody could have Gemini in their chart. They are nothing. They are immature. They are emotionally immature. They rush in to block you from moving forward because they know that you have a real love. They know that you have a real love, and they intentionally create chaotic energy to try to stop you from moving forward. Somebody needs to find the strength here to stop giving in to unnecessary fear. Stop fearing what the future holds for you. Because this narcissistic energy is trying to scare you into not seeing your own light so that they can feed off of you. You don't need to be afraid of this new relationship. You don't need to be afraid of being single for a while, of going down your own path. What you need to be afraid of is binding yourself to somebody that only wants to feed off of you and reject you. That's their whole motive here, is to feed off of you. I don't know, Libra. I hope that you guys have a great week. I'll see you again soon. I'm sorry this energy is still coming out, but you know, this is this energy. There's a narcissist here that likes to put another person in a situation where they're juggling. So again, for some of you, this is a person from your past that is doing magic on you to keep you single because they don't want to see you move forward and be with somebody you're meant to be with. And for some of you, this is an ex that is like coming back in the picture. So, you know, this is either somebody that you are done with, you have, you know, blocked this person off, you have made it clear this is not going to happen anymore. They're continuing to stalk you. They're continuing to engage in spiritual warfare with you to block a divine connection because they know you have one coming. For others of you, this is a karmic that is intentionally binding herself to more than likely a masculine, but take it how it resonates, in order to block a divine connection. And it is so that she can feed off of that divine feminine. She is fully aware that that divine feminine is better than her in some way. And I don't mean that, you know, you get what I'm saying. I don't believe that other people are like superior in any way. And I don't walk around like I'm superior in any way, but I sure as hell am better than manipulators and abusers. I sure as hell am better than, you know, abusing somebody with spiritual energy and lying about it and, you know, creating these like situations where I can feed off another person and steal parts about them that make them special while making them feel like they're less than. I'm better than that. And this is the type of person that they are. So, I mean, let's see. I hate just like, this is what it's going on. Yeah, there's a new beginning in love coming regardless, Libra. But, you know, the love starts within. Yeah, you're going to get what you've been wishing for. But it starts with loving yourself. Because in this type of situation, if your person is engaged with another, you know, karmic that is doing this sort of behavior, there is nothing you can do about it. There's really not. Because you have to allow people the freedom to make their own choices. And that's a part of real divine love is I can love you, but give you the space that if you really don't want to be with me and you want to be with this other person, then that's what you want. And I have to let you go. And sometimes that's a lesson in loving ourselves is that even though I had real love for you, even though I know that we had something special, we could have made it work, you've chosen another path for yourself. And I have to let you go down that path if that's what you want because I respect you as a person. And, you know, eventually they may start to recognize that that's what real love is. Not I'm going to force you to be with me and to work things out with me, even though you know in your heart that this is not going anywhere. Some people never learn and you have to give another person space, you know. But by releasing somebody that isn't able to show up for you despite a genuine connection, you invite in love for yourself and that will bring somebody new. So you kind of have to trust the universe in this situation. If you are in the situation that your divine partner is choosing another person over you and she's dangling or he's dangling that person in your face, choose not to feed into that anymore and to love yourself because I don't want a relationship with somebody. I don't care our connection. I don't want a relationship with somebody that expects me to compete or perform to win them over because that's not the type of love that I want. I would never make somebody that I genuinely cared about and wanted to be with compete with anybody else because if I'm choosing to be with you, I'm with you and I don't care about anybody else, you know? So I deserve and expect that type of love in return and that's not asking for too much. It's not. So if somebody puts you in a position where you have to find the dog, puts you in a position where you feel like you have to compete or they're choosing another person over you, it's time to walk away, Libra. And this is what it is. You will either, they will either recognize the situation and come back healed and ready to commit to you, or you finding love for yourself will invite in a new love. And either way, it's going to happen what's best for you because, again, you don't want somebody that doesn't love themselves enough to let go of a karmic, and that is going to be sneaking behind your back. Even if they do choose you, sneaking behind your back and still messing with this karmic, you don't want that. And if it's not this karmic, it's going to be somebody else because they're not strong enough to handle you. That's not your problem because if they're not strong enough for you, there are plenty of other people that are. All right, I'm going to let you guys go. I will see you again soon. Thanks for tuning in. Goodbye.